Shalom, family. How are we today? I pray that you have spent time with the Most High some kind of way, reading scripture, praying, being in a quiet space, just hearing what He has to tell you. Pastor Kofi was on this rising. Did you catch him? The royalty series hasn't started yet. We're still doing Revelation, um, but it's coming. It's coming for sure. I'm excited. I can't wait for it. Um, today's video will be short, but my grandson and I are in class, and I homeschool, and so we were going out for our break because he gets a break. Um, and my daughter comes out of her room. First of all, we heard her arguing with that boy this morning. Nothing new, always. Um, so then um, Blue, the dog, came in. She brought him in. He was on the porch with all the mess because it's like that again. And if you don't know, you gotta check out video. Anywho, she brought the dog in. My grandson was gonna get him when we went on break, but she brought him in early, and because my grandson wasn't here over the weekend, Blue really missed him. So Blue is like, dude, I don't want to be in this cage. I want to hang out with him. So he's just doing whatever he need to get out the cage. And so he peed in his cage. And so when we went out for the break, we saw that he peed in his cage. And then all of a sudden, and I was just telling my grandson, like, he only does that because he wants you to come and open the cage and let him out. My daughter comes out of her room. She just puffing and puffing and she's running. Well, it's like, and I'm just looking at her and she is snatched the dog up, pretty much threw him on the porch, literally. He peed in the cage, people. She done picked the cage up. Okay. It's like, ma'am. Anywho, I don't know if the pee got on her, but it was pee in the bottom of the cage. But she picked it up, throw the cage out on the porch. She's sick of the dog. Why? What did the dog do? I'm sick of everybody. Why? What we do? I just told you. I'm just sick of everybody. I get it. And my first thought was, yeah, I did a video about it. My first thing, the first emotion that I go through, no matter what's going on, is usually anger. So she's angry. But it can't be at us because we didn't do anything. She hadn't seen me all day until she saw me when she threw the dog out on the porch. I get it. You're angry. You're feeling some type of way. I do. You're scared. I get it. 9 days you go to court. I get it. But the dog, you threw him on the porch. What did he do? You yelling at everybody? Okay. Now, again, no judgment. She was raised with me, so I was a lunatic, straight crazy. Not a lunatic. I didn't worship the moon. I was just, I was not emotionally ready for children because I wasn't emotionally ready for my own self. Yeah. So yeah, anger was my first emotion. I could be feeling hurt or upset, depressed, or anger would be the first thing that you'd see from me. So maybe it's a learned behavior. I get it. I do. And I feel for her. I truly do. Like I really do. I would hate to have this looming over me with such serious charges where you can get some serious jail time. I get it. I get it. I really do get it. And I want to talk to her. I want to hug her neck. Um, but it's hard to talk to her when she's mad and she's just going all over the place screaming and hollering at everybody. Grandson says, that's why I don't like to be here. I like to go places. I like to be anywhere but here. She always mad. He's picked up that same thing, and that's kind of where I come from sometimes. And I'll be like, I feel guilty because of who I was raising my children, and now I feel like she's doing the same. But it was funny because this morning, this rising, I was looking at something on YouTube where this guy was talking about Corey Holcomb. He's a comedian. I used to listen to Corey until I started really listening to him. I've listened to him do stand up, and he was pretty funny, and I liked him because of that, right? So I would look at him every now and again. That was some years ago, but then it seemed like once he got his little podcast, Corey Holcomb came out, like the real Corey. He let it be known what he feels about women. He don't like them. Now he'll sleep with them. He'll be intimate with them. Well, not intimate. He'll have sex with them, educational purposes only. He'll have sex with them, but he don't like them. I should look up some of the stuff he said about women. Check out what he said about his own daughter. I know she's got to be embarrassed that that's her dad. Ooh. Um, but yeah, so he's upset. He's upset because of a choice he made. He chose to put his hands on a woman and someone recorded it. And TMZ got their hands on it. And so now he just keeps saying, thank you, TMZ, because now I'm losing all of my gigs. I got canceled again from something else, all because of TMZ. Is it? Was it TMZ, or was it something you did? Like someone caught you doing something, it just so happened TMZ caught wind of it and they posted it and talked about it. But is it really TMZ that's at fault, or was that a choice you made and you got caught in the choice? Same thing with her. You're mad, and I get it because this is a serious situation. I get that. I get all of that. Who you mad at though? Like, shoot, we didn't even know what you was doing, but you knew what you was doing was wrong. So who you mad at? Are you mad at yourself because of the choice you made? Or you just mad at everybody else because now it's about to hit the fan and you about to see what the outcome of the choice you made. It's wild. I tell my grandson all the time, it's about the choices we make. It is definitely about the choices we make. The Most High, He makes sure He gave us free will. He gave us free will to make our own choice. So if you chose to do what you did, or if you chose to let somebody put your name into something that they were doing, like however it went down, you should kick your own butt because it was your choice. It was your decision. Can y'all hear him out there screaming? He just crying because he like, I ain't even do nothing. And my grandson was so upset. He was like, he didn't do nothing. Why is she being so mean to him? I don't know, y'all. And like I said, I like to talk to her, but listen here, sis. What you ain't gonna do is give me that anger from a choice you made. Back in the day, I was just angry. It didn't even have to be. No, I'm just angry. I was just angry. My whole life was screwed up. I grew up that way. So I'm pissed about just life. I didn't screw somebody up, get in trouble, and now I'm mad at the world. No, no. I was just mad at the world, period. Instead of just saying I'm hurt, I'm depressed, I'm sad. No, I was angry. But when you make a choice, you have to deal with that. Corey Holcomb, TMZ didn't do it. You did. You chose to put your hands on a woman and the right somebody saw it. And now they digging in your pockets, cutting you down. And now you can't stand it. And instead of you just being like, man, I messed up. People might even look at you and be like, you know what? Sometimes stuff happens. Maybe he didn't mean. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Let me tell you. When my son was growing up, I used to always tell him, don't you put your hands on a woman or a girl. But if she puts her hands on you, knock her out. I'm not even gonna lie. That's what I used to tell them. Because you're not gonna let nobody just hurt you because whatever reason. My son was dating this ding dong that lived next door to us when we lived in St. Louis on St. Louis Avenue. We lived in St. Louis and we lived on St. Louis Avenue, and there was this crazy girl lived next door to us. This has been my granddaughter's about to be 19 years old. It's been about 20 years ago. This girl still today says that that son that she has belongs to my son. They would fight like cats and dogs, and yeah, I was that type. I'm ready to knock her out myself. Like, you're not gonna keep putting your hands on my son and he not hitting you. And we was watching him. She snatched a dread out my son's head. Now it's done grown back by now because my son's hair is way down his back. However, it was clean. It looked like no hair had ever been there. She pulled it straight from the root, just pulled it right on out. And he still didn't do nothing. I was ready to break her neck, literally. So yeah, I was that mom. Don't you dare put your hands on a female. However, don't you let her put her hands on you though. You knock her out. And I meant that. And I would say that today, of course, but definitely. You don't let nobody just harm you because men get beat up too. Just because they're a man don't mean that they can't get hurt. We're not gonna let them hurt you, but don't knock them out. You could do other things besides knock them out. But yeah, Corey chose to put his hands on a woman, someone caught it. And instead of him just apologizing or taking responsibility, TMZ's fault. It's their fault. And that's why he losing all his gigs. I just say, wow. So I love her and I'm here for her. But you should take that anger out on yourself because it was your choice to make. That was it. That was all. Shalom, fam.